So Michigan, Ohio State. I mean, look, I suspected I would be, but Gator, I was really impressed with Ohio State. Let me start there. No kidding, they were good. They were 11-0. Got it. Their defense is really, really effing good. Marvin Harrison Jr. is incredible. Travion Henderson, while he didn't put up numbers, is a real weapon, a dangerous guy. And if I were a pro team, I would love to have him. I mean, the difference in that game could have come down to a few things. The simplest one is the Michigan kid made the 50-yard field goal, James Turner, and the Ohio State kid missed his. And then there's the 2 turnovers. These are sort of on the marquee of what the difference was in a very hotly contested football games. And then you can get into the minutia of other stuff that happened. But it was a really, really highly entertaining and for Michigan fans, tense AF football game.
Yeah, I thought that things really changed. Was it in the second half when Ohio State just marched down the field, ran the ball extraordinarily well.
7 straight times to finish off that drive.
It was a 12-play, 75-yard drive, 6 minutes, 8 seconds. And then Michigan scores a touchdown. Ohio State gets the ball back, and they run it on the first down, and then they throw 2 passes incomplete, and they got a punt.
That 3 and out, that included Quentin Johnson, who smoked Emeka Ibuka on that pass it around the 50-yard line and forced the incompletion as part of that 3 and out. Yeah, I mean, when Ohio State, because, look, the last couple of years, Michigan-Ohio State, Michigan's ability to run the ball late in the games was a difference. And the second half starts, neither team's running the ball in the first half. I think the rushing totals were 34-27 in favor of Ohio State at halftime. So nobody's running the football. And Michigan gets a field goal to start the second half. And you're right, that drive Ohio State put together, when they ran it 7 consecutive times and finished off like the last 45 yards of that drive all on the ground.
And it wasn't like they got like 2 and then 7. It was like 5, 7 the whole time.
Chip Trainum started to contribute. And I'm thinking, okay, is Ohio State starting to flex its muscle here a little bit? Is their run game about to take over? And it didn't. Like that drive, it was good, but it didn't. And then Michigan ended up winning the rushing battle. And it wasn't at all the same the last 2 years. But when Michigan put together the 7-minute drive to bleed the clock and put Ohio State squarely behind the 8 ball, needing a touchdown with a minute to go and no timeouts, it was, in the end, it was kind of the run game that did it. Not exclusively. They threw it a couple times on that drive, but it was kind of their ability to run the ball in the fourth quarter on that drive to slow bleed the clock. And they were working the clock. I mean, that got to, a tick-tock kind of feeling. And they weren't snapping the ball till late in the play clock. But